Here is everything you will need to make a pair of Crafty Loop earrings. You will need some fingering weight yarn. You can also use embroidery thread if you'd like. I found I can get 2 pair of earrings, so 4 individual earrings from 1 skein of embroidery thread. Needle nose pliers, some cotton or cotton blend rope. This is actually a cotton blend rope that I got from Hobby Lobby, and it is linked in the blog post that goes with this video. A fine tooth comb. This is actually a baby comb that I pulled out of our yard sale box. A size C 2.75 millimeter crochet hook. This one is Clover Amour brand, and it is my favorite hook to work with. Also linked in the blog post that goes with this video. Some extra sharp scissors, the sharper the better for cutting your fringe. 2 earring findings and a tapestry needle, and then something to measure with. We're going to start by measuring out 2 pieces of our rope. For my earrings, I make my rope pieces about 7 inches long. This will give me a finished earring of about 3.5 inches because we will fold it in half to make our earring. And you're going to need 2 because we are making a pair of earrings. We are done with our rope for this pair of earrings. You can see it uses very little materials, so 1 hunk of rope will last for a very long time and make a ton of earrings. I'm going to leave this here because we will use it again. But I'm going to set this piece of rope to the side. Grab my fingering weight yarn and my crochet hook. This yarn was also purchased from Hobby Lobby and linked in the blog post. We are going to start by making a slip knot with our yarn. To make a slip knot, you're going to grab it with your finger and your thumb, wrap it around, grab it where they cross, stick it up through the hole, and pull tight. Then you can adjust accordingly. Insert your hook. And then we're going to place our rope underneath our hook and underneath our working yarn, so like this. Now we're going to start by making our single crochet stitches around the rope. We are going to do this for 25 stitches. If you would like to change the size of the hoop at the end on your earrings, you would just do a different amount of stitches. I like the look of 25. So we're just going to hold everything together, stick our hook under our rope, and then I just kind of fold it over and hold it down here with my fingers. Yarn over, grab your yarn and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops to finish out your single crochet, and that's 1. We're going to do that for a total of 25 times. So again, under our rope, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops on our hook. That's 2, 3, and we're going to do that until we get 25 total single crochets. Okay, after we finish our 25 single crochets, we can cut our yarn, leaving a very long tail for wrapping around our cord here in a few minutes. 10 to 12 to 14 inches is fine. It's better to have too much than not enough. Then you can just tie off by yarning over and pulling through the loop that was left and pulling it tight. Now we are going to adjust our single crochets on our rope. You can do this by pulling your rope in one, well, holding onto your rope in one hand and pushing the single crochets in the other hand. We want them to be adjusted into the center of the rope pretty nicely. And we want them to be about 2 inches wide total. That's why I left this little guy here. So this one is a little over 2 inches, but I like the look of it. We might end up squishing them more as we make our earring. We will see. The only thing is you want to make sure both of your earrings match each other. But again, we will do some more squishing here in a little bit. I'm going to move my ruler now. Fold your earring in half, then flip it to where the back side is facing up. This is the back side of our stitches, so it's the back side of our earring. And then we're just going to tie a knot with our 2 tails right here. I like to go 1, 2 times and then pull it. It doesn't have to be the most sturdy knot ever. We're just knotting our tails so they're going in the right direction for when we're getting ready to wrap. Now I'm going to hold my short tail up under the loop of the earring and use my long tail to wrap around the earring, the cords coming out of the bottom. So I'm just going to start wrapping it while holding this guy out of the way. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm just going to take this little guy, the other tail, and wrap it the other direction just 2 or 3 times just to give it a clean look. Then I'm going to continue with my long tail, bringing it back up over the stitches we've already created, and then a couple times over really close to these stitches up at the top. Okay, now we can flip it over again and knot our 2 tails together. Now we're going to do a little bit more adjusting with our stitches. We're going to grab the wrapped portion with one hand, and the cord over here with the other. Give it a tug and kind of scooch it up together. Not sure what's going on over here, but I'm just going to try to clean it up. I'm going to give this guy a tug and hold the earring. Okay, and now this side. Now you would want to, if you've already made your second earring, which I have, you're going to want to make sure your 2 yellow portions are the same, or very, very, very close as you can to the same. And then we can sew in our tails back here using our tapestry needle. I made this earring already because this is my second time filming this tutorial. Just going to sew in your tails, and you can kind of feel it going under your yellow stitches, but also between the fibers of your rope. just going to trim this so it's not as in the way as it was. Just going to give it a couple passes under your stitches and through the fibers of the rope. And you can cut your yarn. Now grab your needle nose pliers and your earring finding. We will be putting this guy into the top of the earring from the front, and we're going to go in the single crochet that's at the top center. That's going to be this guy right here. So to do this, we are just going to, using our pliers, open the little loop on the end, just like that. And then insert that under both loops of the stitch in the center top. Make sure you get under both loops. And then you can just pinch it closed with your pliers again, gently. And now we can do our fringe. We're going to just unravel the rope down here, and if you just twist it in the opposite direction, it comes apart pretty easily. Okay, and next we are going to use our small tooth comb to clean up our fringe. Now we can trim our fringe. Since this is my second earring, I'm going to use my first one as a template so I know where my fringe needs to be cut at. And the sharper your scissors, the better for this. Trying to use dull scissors to cut fringe is not easy. And just take a look, make sure everything is straight, nothing is sticking out weird. And you're all done. Go ahead and make your second earring if you haven't already, and you got yourself a cute pair of earrings.